Om Sadashivasamarampham Shankaracharyamathyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, so last time we are seeing everything in terms of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And I think we came to the 8th verse where we saw what is sattvic food. He has only mentioned general qualities. He has not picked up any specific food as sattvic or rajasic. It's important to understand that. Okay? Because some of it will also depend on what agrees with you and doesn't agree with you. Yeah. Milk is considered sattvic, but if you have lactose intolerance, it's not good for you. It's not agreeable. But he has mentioned that the food should be agreeable to you. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, then what is rajasic food? Okay. What is rajasic food? Okay, here it is. Katva mala lavanam ati ushna tikshna rukshadi vidahinah ahara rajaseshtaha dukkha shokamaya pradam ahara rajasya ishta. This is the food that is liked by the rajasic people. Not food which is rajasic, food liked by rajasic people. Therefore, by association it is called rajasic. Okay. What is that? There is a word ati there. Okay. That ati katuhu, extremely bitter. Not the bitter of bitter chocolate, okay? Not the bitter of a healthy Karela, but little bit more than that. Extremely bitter. Ati amalaha, extremely sour. You know, so sour that you can feel it in your head. Haven't you tasted food like that? So sour that you feel it in your head. Yeah. Extremely sour. Ati lavanaha, extremely salty. It is salt to taste. When you read a recipe book, they always say salt to taste. Meaning just to enhance the flavor of the food. It is not, yeah, you understand what I am talking about. Ati lavanaha. Ati ushnaha, excessively hot. Even temperature wise, excessively hot. Okay, ati tikshnaha, excessively pungent. Androids, be careful. Okay. Androids, be careful. Excessively pungent. Yeah. So much so that you have to have ghee with every meal to counteract the chilies in the food. Excessively pungent. Vidahinaha, create the burning sensation. You have to keep drinking water. Haven't you noticed that some foods which you eat, you keep drinking water, Vidahinaha. Anything which is excessively like this. Rajaseshtaha. This is meant for Rajasic people. What does it do? Dukkha shokamaya prada. Dukkham shokam. Okay. And amayaha, ill health. Okay. Your intestines are finished. Heartburn, acidity. Okay. Not conducive. Extremely. See, if you look at Ayurveda, the warmer a climate is, the less your digestive power. That's why in cold countries, Europe, etc., they hardly use any spices for cooking. If at all you go to Italy, it's a little bit oregano or some, very few, just to flavor. In India, we use a lot more spices. From turmeric to pepper to, you should go to a Punjabi household and see their masala dabba. Punjabi or Gujarati household and see the whole dabba full of masalas. We need that, okay? We need that. Because the warmer a climate is, the less digestive powers you have. Even in India, in summer you don't feel like eating. No? It's too hot. Winter, how is your hunger during winter? Maja aata hai. Winter you can eat, digest anything also. Why? Because the weather is like that. Your digestive power is very often associated with the weather, climatic conditions. Nothing is in isolation. So in India, we need to use some spices. Okay. You know, there are versions of Tibetan yoga available. You'll find online, there are some teachers of it also. A good system. Many of you may have seen the 5 Tibetan rites on YouTube and things like that. You know. So they advise, no spice in food, make it bland, make it bland. Because in Tibet, they ate bland food. Correct? It's very cold. It's the roof of the world. Extremely cold. You don't need any spice. Your digestion is powerful without it. But this is Bombay. We pretend there is a winter. We don't have a winter in Bombay, but we pretend there is some sort of winter, you know. We pretend. Yeah. And because you're pretending there is a winter, you better have some spice in your food. So spices per se don't make it unhealthy. It is that excessive use of it which is a problem, as he says. That's why that word ati in the middle is very important. It goes both ways. Okay, is applicable to every quality mentioned there. All right, this is Rajasic food. So in Rajasic food, do you find anything mentioned specifically? Onion, garlic, etc. Nope. You won't find anything mentioned. People say, this is Sattvic, this is Gita mein bola hai. Gita mein kya bola hai? This is what is being said in the Gita. I spoke like this in the previous Gita class I had in Chambur. And a middle-aged man said, Swamiji, today is Ashad Ekadashi. Vaikuntha Ekadashi. And you speaking like this? I said, yes. I am speaking like this on Vaikuntha Ekadashi because I don't want you all to misunderstand Krishna. I want you all to understand what he said. So give up all these old conditionings that you have. This is Sattvic, this is Rajasic, etc. Forget all that. Okay? Then what is Tamasic? This is very interesting. You remember an English verse? Peas pudding hot, peas pudding cold. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Some like it in the pots, 9 days old. That is what the tamasic thing is about. Yata yamam gata rasam purti paryushitam chaya uchishtam api cha medhyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. This bhojanam is tamasa priyam. What is that? Yata yamam. Okay. Which the time limit has expired. Okay. Now, what is the time limit? Previously, they considered once you cook food, 3-4 hours you can keep it and then eat it. Why? There was no refrigeration those days. There is no refrigeration. Therefore, within 4 hours you have to consume. So that became one yama. In today's world, what is it? This yata yamam is difficult to understand. In the sense, can you say you should not refrigerate food and eat it? No. But you can't be taking it out, heating it, then leftover putting it back, then taking it out, then putting it back. That heating, cooling, then there is no nutrition left in the food. So you reheat once. You take what you want and reheat and use it. So yamam should be modified. It's not exactly taken as 4 hours, but what is pragmatically possible for you. No, Swamiji, in our house, every meal is freshly cooked. Then whole day will go only in breakfast, lunch and dinner. और किसके लिए time नहीं है. Correct? Or you'll have to have a live-in cook to do it for you. So choose. Yata, yamam, gata rasam. The rasa is gone. Meaning the nutritive value is finished. You heated, reheated, etc. so often, or you are overcooked it so much. You know, some communities in India tend to do this. You see the vegetables. You can't taste the vegetable. It is all cooked into one mess, one gooey stuff. Vegetables should be separate. If you are putting beans and carrot together, you must see the beans and carrot separate. Not overcook it so much that it becomes one mess. Gata rasam. Rasam is gone. Okay. Gata rasam. Purti paryushitam chayat. Okay. Which has started going bad. Purti and paryushitam. Okay. Which has started going bad. The taste has started changing. Smell has started changing. Okay. Uchishtam api. Unhygienically eaten by many people. You put a spoon and then you take the thing. You are transporting your bacteria into that food. But Swamiji, I only licked the spoon and I am putting it back. It's clean. There is more bacteria in your mouth than in your genital regions. Scientific facts, okay? This you can check up with any doctor. In this group there is no doctor, okay. Oh, there is Sunita. Sunita Savla is there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you are transporting that into the food. This is where that jhuta nahi khayega business came up in India, you know. Ye jhuta hai food. You know, this is where it came up. But jhuta food was allowed between certain people. Husband and wife, mother and child. All this, there was some relationship where jhuta food was allowed. Yeah. Husband and wife. You think you're going to, you take a bite and she takes a bite, it's a problem? We all know what you've been doing with that mouth and tongue, okay? So, what is the problem? But we are saying uchishtam in this sense, that you are transporting bacteria back into the food, that is unhealthy, even if you are going to eat it after some time. Uchishtam, amedhyam, which has gone bad. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Bhojanam tamasa priyam. This is tamasic food. So, no food item mentioned for sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Certain qualities mentioned. So, unhealthy, contaminated food is tamasic food. Yeah, unhealthy, contaminated food which has got no essence in it. How much nutritive value does a pizza have, for example? This is how you will judge. Gata rasam, nutritive value gone. How much nutritive value a pizza has? Some carbs, some proteins. This much it has. Carbs because of the bread base, proteins because of the cheese. Nothing else is there. So you have to now evaluate accordingly. There is no food item. You can't say pizza is tamasic. It is junk food, correct. Sattvic food, more balanced, healthy eating, correct. So one of my friends' mother would tell this when we were kids, you must eat such food that your stomach will thank you for it. After eating which you feel happy, nice, stomach feels comfortable. Now you all decide what you want to eat, okay? Even vegetarian, non-vegetarian not mentioned here. In Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, even the idea of vegetarianism, non-vegetarianism is not common. Can you see this? But some of you were Indians predominantly vegetarian? Yeah, predominantly vegetarian. Why? Because for the sake of my tongue, I am not going to kill. The value of ahimsa was extended to the animal life. That is all. It's all. And health-wise, cholesterol, etc. is a problem if you are eating too much of red meat. So, health. So, keep health in you. So, whatever is conducive to your health is considered sattvic. Whatever can create disturbance in your health, rajasic. Rotten food, tamasic. Now you choose what you want to eat and how you want to eat. Okay? Enough of this. Enough of this. Okay. Why is he saying this? Why is he saying this? For the simple reason that if you are studying Vedanta and want to gain moksha, etc., you must become a predominantly sattvic person. If you have to become predominantly sattvic, fine-tune everything. Your taste, this, that, fine-tune everything. That's all. And once in a way, eat any junk, it is okay. Because once in a way. This is what we are talking about, the main thing. Once in a way, anything and everything is okay. Go eat a bhaji pav or a vada pav. Okay, those of you who are into health, what is healthier for your system? A nice batata vada or a couple of biscuits with a cup of tea? What is healthier? A nice batata vada or a couple of biscuits? Come on, guys. What is healthier? Samjhi, batata vada is fried, no? Yeah, it's fried. And it's got besan, which gives you proteins, and some carbs in the potatoes, and potatoes also has some minerals in it. Trace, but it is there. Biscuits? Biscuits are not fried. Trans fats, all biscuits have trans fats. So which of the two is healthier? Are you seeing what I am trying to say? That batata vada is healthier than couple of biscuits. But it doesn't look like it now, because look at how our thinking has been conditioned towards certain things, that we are scared of food. We are scared of certain types of food. Which of the sweet is healthier for you? A rasgulla or a jalebi? Which is healthier? Come on, tell me, guys, what is it? Which is healthier? All of you are...
Whichever you like, Swamiji, whichever you like.
No, I am talking about the process and the content, which is healthier. I love jalebi, really speaking. But I think rasgulla is far healthier. Because the gulla is all proteins. There is some sugar syrup in it. Whereas the jalebi is double fried. and soaked in sugar syrup. So this becomes healthier than that. That's why Bengali sweets are supposed to be the healthiest. Are you getting the idea? Now you learn to think on health lines. And if you're thinking on health lines, automatically sattvic food will come into the picture. Yeah, I used to love jalebis. When I go for bhandaras, I eat half a dozen pieces at least. Bhandara hai, ye kya hai? Those days, in today's world, it will be called carb loading. Why? Because we are living on survival diet in Rishikesh. You're barely surviving on roti, dal roti, 2 meals a day. So once in 15 days, you go for a bhandara and load yourself with all the carbs that you have been missing out. Jokes apart, learn to think in terms of health. That's enough sattvic, rajasic, tamasic for food. Okay. All right. Now, worship. Sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, worship. After food, he catches worship also. He doesn't leave anything. Everything is divided into sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. Okay? What is that? Afalakankshibhir yajnaha vidhi drishta yajyate yadrishtavyam eti manah samadhaya cha sattvikaha. Afalakankshibhi yajnaha. That yajna which is done, afalakankshibhi, without longing for the result. Then why are you doing the yaga? क्यों करने का है? No. Ishwararpanam prasada buddhya. When you say afalakankshibhi, without desire for result, you have to understand this always. Karma yoga buddhi. Ishwararpanam prasada buddhi. With that attitude when you are doing it, vidhi drishtaha, in keeping with the vidhi of the Shastra. मैं होम करने वाला हूँ. You hear people saying this. There is no home. Home is where you are staying. There is a homa. There is a havan, if you want in Hindi. There is no home karna wala. All right, what havan it is? No, I say havan karega. There is no I say havan. Vidhi drishtaha, what is described? Like I remember, I had a friend who was staying in Bombay those days, now he is in Cochin. He said, Swamiji, country is going through very bad times. This was about more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Country is going through very bad times. Why don't we do a yaga for, do a puja for Loka Sangraha? I said, fine, I'll contribute to it. So because I was doing it, I told a few students also. So some of them also landed up there. Then one of the ladies after the puja is saying, Swamiji, even I want to do a puja. I said, good, which puja you want to do? Which puja? Vidhi drishtaha. This was a particular, this thing meant for Loka Sangraha, the good of the world. Otherwise, there is this puja going on right here. You want to participate? What is it? Putra Kameshti. To have a child. Oh, no. Both hai. I want another child. Exactly. So, what is the uddesha of the puja should be clear. Vidhi drishtam. That is why it is vidhi drishtam. There is no general thing. Yes, there are general pujas that you do as nitya naimitika karmas. Minimum, what you are doing at home, the worship that as a Hindu you are supposed to do. Shodashopachara puja, 16-step puja. Swamiji, 16 steps is too long. I don't have that much time in the morning. Okay, Panchopachara puja, 5 steps. Hi, available. So do that. That's your regular one. Okay. And what should be the Vidhi drishta cha ijjate. What is your attitude? Yashtavyameveti manas samadhaya. Yashtavyam. This is regular puja, I am supposed to do it. Why? Manas samadhaya. Antakarna shuddhyartam. Why antakarna shuddhyartam? What can I compare it to? It's like having a bath. Whole day you've been sitting at home. Why should you go and have a shower? Not necessary, no? Hey, there are daily impurities coming onto you. We are not living in the cleanest cities in the world. We are living in a tropical climate. You are sweating. Invisible sweat happens. Lot of dust settles on you. So go have a shower even if you have not done much. Similarly, every day you go through enough hassles. Enough hassles. Therefore, antakarna shuddhyartham, to take care of that, some small puja you do, some small worship, some japa. Why? Antakarna shuddhyartham. That's the aim for it, nothing else. That's the aim for it. These type of action, worship, he says, satvikaha. Therefore, if you are doing a proper thing, then according to vidhi, etc., with prasada buddhi, ishararpana buddhi, you are doing. Otherwise, your regular puja, japa, etc., you are doing for antakarna shuddhi. With this attitude, when you do, it is considered satvika. All right. Abhisandaya tu phalam dambhartam api chaivayat ijyate bharata sreshta tam yajnam vidhi rajasam. Abhisandaya. Hey, I want to get that result, come what may. Lord, you better give it to me. Okay, I am doing this puja for you. You are bargaining with the Lord. Okay, bargaining with the Lord. Abhisandaya tu phalam dambhartam api. Dambhartam. You're putting on a show. You're putting on a show. You know, nowadays it has become a bit less. But very often, the puja you do at home would become a social event. I knew these people. You're doing a Bhagavati seva. Why? Why are you doing? And I had this mind that will always question, why are you doing? No, just like that. Please come for it. ठीक है बाबा, पूजा के लिए. Then when you go there, the priest is doing the Bhagavati seva in one room. And what about all the people who have come? They are having party time. They are sitting and gossiping and having fun and this and that. Finally, the priest gets up and says, please come, it is Arati time. Puja is over. Nobody has gone for the puja. So, puja becomes an excuse for a party. Then why are you doing a puja? Call a party, na? Have a dinner at home and call people. Nah, you're honest about it. Yeah, better. Who said you can't do that? No, this is, you want to show Dambhartham. Put on a front. Dambhartham. This is what, hey Bharata Sreshta, this type of yaga, this type of worship becomes Rajasam, Rajasic worship. Okay. Then what is Tamasic worship? Vidhihinam asrishtanam, mantrahinam adakshinam, Shraddha virihitam yajna, Tamasam parichakshate. First one, Vidhihinam, without giving any attention to the proper steps of the puja. Now this becomes a tricky thing, because now our level of ignorance is so much in the society, nobody knows what exactly is to be done. So you go by whatever the priest says. Okay. Okay, the priest is supposed to know. So you better choose your priest properly, okay? Better choose your priest properly. Or kya bole? Yeah. I knew one lady. The priest will ask the priest, what are you going to do? This. No, I want you to do this also, this also, this also. So I would Amma, you really gone and studied the Artha Shastra, etc.? No, no, no. Then how are you telling the priest, add this, add that, add that? No, no, I feel that is necessary. And the priest being paid for it. He says, "ठीक है यार, मरने दो, जो करने का कर देगा." The priest is also tamasing. मेरे को पैसा से मतलब है और कुछ से मतलब नहीं है. Meant for each other. Asrashtannam. When the prasad is not offered to the Lord, not distributed, you can't have a worship done without some prasad. Okay? If you have nothing, keep a fruit, keep a banana, keep some milk with a bit of sugar in it. A katori of milk with something has to be offered. You can't. That is a vidhi of the puja. Okay. Therefore, asrashtannam. Food is not, because this is a yaga. Yaga is a bigger thing. Okay. So asrashtannam, without food distribution. Mantrahinam. No proper mantras chanted. Whether it's a funeral or a death or a wedding or a birthday celebrations, same mantras are chanted. Tragic. Mantrahinam. Adakshinam. Without giving dakshina to the priest. Arey Baba, a priest is not a sadhu. A priest is a professional. The dakshina is his fees. How can you not give that? My grandfather used to give 11 rupees. I will also give only 11 rupees now. What is the value of money in your grandfather's time and now? Adakshinam. Shraddha virihitam. No Shraddha. Then why are you doing it? Arey yaar, there's too much of pressure on me. Societal pressure, family pressure. इसी के लिए कर लेता हूँ. Okay. Sajajñam tamasam parichakshate. All right. So we saw food, we saw worship. Now we are seeing tapas. Now we are seeing tapas. I'm sure this is light enough. There is no questions to be asked, right? If there are any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. I'm going a little bit fast because simple verses. Okay. Something for you to think, check and see what are my attitudes in the whole thing. And fine tune that. That's all that is there, nothing more than that. All right, now what is tapas? Tapas, first he puts it as Shariram, Vachikam, Manasam. And then in each of this he will talk about Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Very elaborate, okay? Devadvija Guru Prajnam Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsancha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. Shariram Tapaha. What is Shariram Tapa? Deva, the gods, deities, devatas that you invoke. Dvijaha, twice born. Now, Dvija is a term used for, actually speaking, anyone who has gone and done a thread ceremony. Upanayanam was done, is called a Dvijaha. Why is he called a Dvija? Because that gives him the right to take part in spiritual studies and spiritual activities, Vedic activities and Vedic studies. That gave you the right. That was initiation into spirituality. And education also. Sacred and secular education both went side by side. We didn't have the divide. Therefore, both was taught to in the Gurukula. Therefore, the sacred thread ceremony was given. And by implication, when you say Dvijaha, you mean somebody who has mastered the Vedic wisdom. By Dvijaha, you mean someone who has mastered the Vedas. If you are a scholar, okay, who understands the spiritual things, such a person is called a Dvijaha. He may not be a sannyasi, but he is a Dvijaha. Guruhu, your gurus, your teachers. Now, nowadays, guru, you use the expression for any teaching. Management gurus. Okay. Anything becomes guru. No. Really speaking, the word guru was restricted to spirituality, to Vedanta, to the Shastra. For other, we had other terms like acharyas, upadhyaya, etc. We had this too. Therefore, the guru, the word was used not only in music, even though music has a spiritual connotation to it. In olden days, guru means spiritual. Yeah, that's how it was. Gukaro andakaraha. Gukara stands for ignorance, self-ignorance, ignorance of Ishvara and yourself. Rukaro tan nivartakaha. Rukara stands for that which removes it. Therefore, the one who removes ignorance is called Guruhu. Andakara nivartakatvat Guruhu iti abhidiyate. Therefore, only the spiritual teacher was called Guruhu. So, Guruhu, Prajna, scholarly people. Tasya pujanam, showing acts of respect and worship towards all these people. Okay? Dvijaha, Guruhu, Deva, Dvija, Guruhu, Prajna, Pujanam. Shaucham, Antanam, Bahyam cha. Shaucham, cleanliness, etc. Arjavam, straightforwardness. Brahmacharyam, a life of discipline. Okay? Ahimsa, not hurting people deliberately. All this is called Shariram Tapas. Tapas at the level of the body. Okay? Shariram Tapas. All right. Then what is Vachikam Tapas? Vachikam Tapas is the heart of communication. It is called non-violent communication in modern terms. There is a book written on that called non-violent communication. Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyam Hitam Chaya Swadhyaya Abhyasanam Chaiva Vangmayam Tapa Uchyate. Anudvegakaram Vakyam. Your words which will not hurt people, disturb people. You use such words that you won't disturb anyone. Okay? Abusive words, etc. No. Even if it is just a habit with people. You know? I have a friend like that. He cannot speak anything, a sentence, without a couple of bad words in it. That's not being an officer and a gentleman. You know, a little bit of a thing from my past. Sailors can curse and abuse like nobody else in the world, okay? Why? We pick up curse words, we pick up abusive words from all over the world. Because the first thing you pick up a language are these things. No? But you're an officer and a gentleman, you will not use it. Especially in genteel company. Okay? Don't use it, no. Not done. Anudvegakaram Vakyam. Okay? Then, what type of word should be? Satyam Priyam Hitam Chayat. Satyam Vada. Speak the truth. But the truth that is Hitam, that's helpful. That guy is an idiot. You don't have to go and tell him he's an idiot. It is true. He's an idiot. It's true. Let us say it's true. Hitam, is it helpful by telling him he's an idiot? Is it helpful for anyone? No. Therefore, Hitam. Use words which are Satyam, which are Hitam. But sometimes truth is unpleasant. Priyam, say it in a nice manner. Say it in a non-accusatory manner. Say it in an assertive manner. Say it in a manner where the other person can hear and reflect upon it. The whole base of communication is here. Satyam Priyam Hitam Chayat. Yeah. I formed this into a workshop on communication. Assertive communication. Yeah. Okay, so all this. Swadhyaya. All the chanting and the prayers that you do, that's called Swadhyaya. Even your studies come under Swadhyaya. Abhyasanam Chaiva. Abhyasana. Japa, etc. Okay? Anything repetitive is abhyasa. Vangmayam tapaha uchyate. This is Vangmayam tapaha. Tapas at the level of the word, at your speech. As I said, kayena, vacha, manasa now. So on. Then what is tapas at the level of the mind? That is the best of the lot. Mana prasadaha saumyatvam. Maunam atma vinigraha. Bhava samshuddhi ityetat. Tapasa manasam uchyate. Mana prasadaha. Biggest tapas of them all. Keeping a cheerful mind. Hey, I thought tapas went on hard thing. No. At mental level. Be cheerful. Even when things are going in 6s and 7s. Swamiji, but there are so many issues in my life, I can't be cheerful. Good, come and talk to me. After that, you'll go back with a lighter heart and you'll be able to be cheerful. Yeah. Talk to a friend. Get it out of your system. Mind is cheerful again. Manah prasadaha. Give it to the hands of the Lord. There is a nice bhajan in Hindi for that. What is that? It goes something like this. Rakho Laj, mere dori tere haath, he Govinda, he Gopal. Suna rahega aap log. I am not into bhajans, all of you are there. Me, bhajans and me are a little bit, thoda. Yeah. But there is a bhajan like that. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal. Mere dori tere haath. The strings of my life are in your hands. The control is in your hands. Therefore, Rakho Laj. Yeah. Mana prasadaha. This is natural if you are a good karma yogi. If karma yoga is there in your life, it is natural. Though there are sometimes when, yeah.
He is called as Sutradhari. My father used to use it.
What is it?
God is the Sutradhari.
Sutradhari, yes. He links through everything in your life. Correct? Correct. Though there will be times in your life when you are feeling overwhelmed. It's human. It's human, okay? That's the time you seek help of a friend, of a mentor, of a therapist, of whoever you need, of your guru, whatever. Okay, there are times when and it is natural, it is human. But when you seek that help, you'll be able to get out of it. Okay, therefore, mana prasadaha. Saumyatvam. Is saumyam in your expressions. Very pleasant. Yeah, very pleasant. Yeah. There is a certain choice of words and your behavior with people, etc. You are not like a porcupine. Saumyatvam, friendliness, cheerfulness, etc. You are naturally friendly and cheerful with people. Saumyam. Okay, saumyatvam. Maunam. I thought Maunam was Vachikam, now you keep quiet. No, Maunam is here. Maunam is not shutting your mouth up and writing down everything and passing notes to everyone or using sign language. Maunam is to stop the chatter of the mind. This physical Maunam helps to stop the chatter of the mind. So, stopping that mental chatter is called Maunam. Otherwise, we are always chattering, always self-talk, it goes on. In fact, Western psychologists have given up on stopping the chatter. They are only saying pay attention to the chatter and make it positive. True, that is the first step. Stop the chatter and make it positive. Make the chatter more positive. Don't be always negative, critical, problem oriented, make it more positive. That is healthy, correct. But we go one step further and say Maunam. Stop that chatter. Too much of mental chatter, not good. Not good. Pratyahara and dharana and yoga is meant for this. Stopping that mental chatter. Why I am saying this? Because today we had a 3-hour dharana practice. 3 hours in our martial art class. Okay. Yeah. Maunam. Then Atma Vinigraha, self mastery. Mastery of your emotions, your thinking process, etc. Samadama. Mastery here. Mastery of your thinking process. You know how your thinking goes and you know how to master it. You are overcoming your negative emotions, your emotions that you don't like, by correcting the thinking behind it and going into healthy thinking. Our website has this process of RET put up. How to change your thinking, change your feeling by changing your thinking. Go and have a look at that. Therefore, Atma Vinigraha, that self-mastery comes in. You are in charge, you are in control. Your mind, you can't say, Kya kuru, my mind is doing that. No, your mind is not doing anything. Your mind requires your permission to do things. You are not victimized by your own mind. What a position to be in. To be victimized by your own mind. Oh my God. Atma Vinigraha, self-mastery. Okay. Bhava Samshuddhi. Bhava, your intention. Bhava here is talking more about your intentions, etc. Okay? Intention. With intention with which you talk and do. Samshuddhi, that's clean. There is no hidden agenda. When you say something, you mean it. No hidden agenda, no manipulations. No hidden agendas, no manipulation. You are not saying one thing and meaning another. You are not misleading people. You are very clean. In your intentions, you are very clean. Mistakes may happen. People may get hurt. That's a different thing. But intention level, at least, you are clean. People can still misunderstand or get upset at something. That's okay. That's a different thing. What was your intention? My intention was clean. Okay, yeah. Bhava samshuddhi. Ityeta tapa manasamuchyate. This is called manasa tapa. Any questions? Is all clear? Simple, no? Pretty simple, yeah. I don't think there will be any. If there are any questions, don't hesitate. Just because I am saying it is simple and you have a question, don't say, oh, how can I ask question? It is supposed to be simple. It will become simple once the question is answered. Okay. So don't hesitate. Okay. All right. Then, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas with respect to each of them, he has explained to you the three tapas. By the way, this three tapas is supposed to be done by all of us, okay? Why is he mentioning the tapas? You don't do all of them, but something, some puja, some swadhyaya, some japa, sharirikam, okay? Some guru seva, some devata seva, some little bit, whatever you can do. Sharirikam. Similarly, Vachikam, do some japa, etc. Vachikam. Then Bhava Samshuddhi, the cheerfulness, etc. Isn't this what you want to be? I mean, do you want to go about carrying all irritation and this and that in your mind? I mean, do you really want to live like that? Always angry, irritated, looking at whom to pick up a fight. I mean, it may be necessary for you to pick up a fight or confront somebody, that's a different thing. But when somebody who has got some tapas does that confrontation, it has entirely a different effect. Yeah. Like, every morning I go for a walk. Morning means not early morning, okay? After 7:30 only. Where up to 7 o'clock I am doing my energy work. Then they give it a half an hour break. Because I don't want all that energy to be wasted in a walk. I want it all to spread all over. Okay. Then I go for a small stroll and come. So there was this chai wala there and 2-3 people are there. When they see me, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. But 2-3 days I ignored them. Okay, yaar, bolne de. After that I said, this is, you can't say Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. It's not, what do you think it is? Saying hi, hello. What? I mean, you're saying Vande Mataram. Your motherland you are worshipping, it is something to be taken seriously. Not a joke. So I walked up to them. I said, क्या कर रहा है? ये खेलने का बात है क्या? And I was surprised. No, I'm not a big man, 5.5 feet. I'm not physically big. But I confronted them with my full intention. What the hell do you think you're doing? And I saw fear in their eyes. I said, oh, time for me to take a step back. I don't want them to be scared of me. I just want them to educate them about their proper behavior or improper behavior. But when there is self-mastery and you do it, that effect is different. Will it work all the time? No. Could they have attacked you? Yes. They could have. Are you ready for it? Yes. No, I'm not ready for it. Then don't do it. Simple. Make your bhava samshuddhi clear. So, there may be a time when you have to confront. That's okay. But what is your intention? Cheerful, pleasant. You're not carrying junk inside you. And out of that anger, reacting thing and doing things. No. Never get into a fight in anger. Never say things in anger. Keep quiet. Walk away. Take care of this. Some prasannata bring in and then deal with the problem. Then deal with the issue. Especially most of the issue you will be dealing with will be either your family or your friends or your relatives or your neighbors max, isn't it? Or colleagues. Why do you want to pick up a big fight with all of them? They are people you are supposed to get along with. Bhava samshuddhi and mana prasadaha. Then do it. Then if you have to confront, you have to confront. If it goes south, let it go south. It's okay. You are willing to accept it. You are still cheerful enough. Okay, one problem solved. Na? The guy is not going to talk to me. The relative says that. I'll never talk to you again. Thank you. Or kya? You confronted him because there was a problem. And he said, I'm never going to talk to you again. Good, no? Achha hi hai. Problem solved. Or you solve the issue and you become friends again. Good. Either way it is good. So what's the problem? Either way it is fine. We are not guaranteeing you success by all these type of tapas. We are guaranteeing your growth. See, in the outside world, it may work, it may not work. Yeah. May work, may not work. Yeah. But whether it works outside or not, you will grow. And that is what the focus is. The focus of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas is your growth. How at the end of the day, you are going to be predominantly Sattvic, backed with strong Rajas and little bit of Tamas. This is what the aim is. Because if you are predominantly Sattvic, you are a thinker, you are an intellectual. There is some nobility in you. There is some goodness in you. There is straightforwardness in you. There is integrity in you. You are a person to reckon with in society. Then there is also Rajas, which gives you a dynamism, an enthusiasm, and you can get things done. And little bit of Tamas, important. Why? So you know how to chill out, you know how to relax, you know how to say, tomorrow is another day, I don't have to do everything right now itself. Because if you are too Rajasic, you are working towards a heart attack or this thing, unless it's backed by strong Sattva. Like if you look at the warrior thinking, the Kshatriyas thinking, we have seen that in the 4th chapter. They are Rajasic but backed by Sattva. Rajasic people, predominantly. Because they have to be warriors, they can't sit down and take it easy. They can't endlessly end up discussing something. Therefore, they have to be. You act first, shoot first, question later. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to be Rajasic, but backed by Sattva. If you are intellectual, it is the other way around. Predominantly Sattvic, backed by Rajas. Because if there is no backing of Rajas, what are you going to do? Similarly, if you are rajasic but you are backed by tamas, you will be full of desires, this, that, etc., but you won't do much. You are good to run a kirana shop and things like that. Yeah, because there is desires, you want to make money. So you will run a business like that. That much rajas is there, but backed by tamas, not sattva. And if you are predominantly tamasic, God help you. Papi पेट के वास्ते करता हूँ. That type of thinking will come in. What to do? I have to do ना, करने का है ना, जीना है ना भाई. There is no enthusiasm, etc. Therefore, you can be sattvic and you can do any job in life. You have enough rajas in you to do anything. Yeah. Including a warrior role, okay? You can be sattvic, but if you are backed up with enough rajas, you can play a warrior's role also. You will be a great strategist, a great analyst. Yeah. Which is true. Battle is not just going Gadda Mazuri. There is strategy involved, there is thinking involved. The greatest general is one who wins without having to fire a shot. Strategy. Strategic thinking. Therefore, you can be predominantly sattvic, even play a warrior's role. But it's because there is rajas backing it up. With sattva, there is very little chance of tamas backing you up. Because if you are predominantly sattvic, tamas will be in the background. It won't be in the second place. But there are cases. The lazy intellectual is a classical sign of that. Yeah. So, the whole aim is of all this understanding is what? You become predominantly sattvic. You grow. You are growing. You are thinking. You are capable of getting things done. And that's it. Fine. Yeah. So, next class we will see the division of sattva, rajas, tamas in tapas. Kaya, vang, manaha, tapas, we will see sattva, rajas. He doesn't take individually each one, he groups it together and takes it. Okay. So, we are moving fine, we are chugging along. Once this class is over, the Gita is over here, the Gita will be over in Matunga also. I am thinking of clubbing both these classes together and doing Upanishads, but that may have to be offline, okay. So, offline Chambur or offline Matunga, I am not sure, okay. With those who are out of town, of course, you have I'll give you a link, alright, not a problem, but somewhere I have to make it offline, either here or in Matunga, one of the two things, depending on where I have a nice place, this, that, etc. And even from that other group, there are very few people here, the Gurubhyo Namaha group, remember? The first group that I started in Chambur. Those people also I can invite to join that group then, And some of my South Bombay students also, they all become one nice Bhelpuri group it will become. Because in the pandemic all these things changes happen, so we put it all together and do it. Okay. Like those of you who have friends in Bandra Khar area, western suburb area, I started a new Gita class there, you all know about it. Yeah. Okay. So, good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.